Mabuhay, Kamustika, welcome, how are you? This is Bob from Love Beyond the Sea. Here's an idea today. Group dating. How about trying group dating with your Filipina wife? When I brought my Filipino wife over to America back in January of 2016, I started asking around for someone who knew any Filipinas, so I could have someone to introduce my wife to. That worked out really well, and my wife occasionally goes over to their house and a couple times has brought some gifts over from visits to the Philippines, and this was a relief. But I've discovered something that could be even better, and that is going out on a group date. Please subscribe here to Love Beyond the Sea, a channel with the goal of helping encourage men to pursue a Filipina for marriage. That's a beautiful woman from the Philippines. And to learn what I can share in 7 years of marriage now. Comments are always welcome. Don't forget to get upcoming notifications. Click on that notification bell and then click on the word add to complete that process. Let's talk about group dates. What I mean is being in the company of at least one other couple, fil-am couple where you live, where the man is married to a Filipina, and doing life together. It could be go out to a movie or just out to an Asian restaurant, or it doesn't even have to be Asian restaurant. Let me know if you have had the occasion to go on a group date with your Filipina. At the time my wife met the Filipina that I mentioned, I was content that I, would find someone for her to have as a Filipina friend. Shortly after we met them, they moved to within a couple of miles of our house, making it easier for my wife to drop over there. But she doesn't have to be a Filipina. You might find out that she strikes it off with a woman who is not a Filipina, and that's a good thing. And there have been a handful of other Filipinas my wife has met, including one just a few days ago before I wrote this. And I would be happy with all this, but something occurred that is even better, and that is we have gotten together at times as families, making it more fun. This is better because we can meet their children if they have them, go to each other's houses, even go out to eat together, do karaoke. That allows us to grow closer together as fil-am families. This has been good for my wife and, frankly, for me as well. The first couple we met, I think we met at an Asian restaurant, kind of about halfway between where we lived, and they invited us over to their house immediately to watch DVDs. I think we did it that night. They have 3 children, and we watched some very nice family-friendly movies. We've done that multiple times. They've had us over to dinner, and we've had them over to our place, for like cookouts over the holidays. And since my mother lives with us, it has been good for her to have a little more life around the house than it usually is. And we went to a Mongolian grew out their church one Sunday. We've even been to their church. Another couple is a Filipina and her husband who attended the same church I did way back in the 90s. I remember he was communicating with a Filipina, and the church was rightfully concerned and wanted to help him avoid making a big mistake. They didn't even have the internet at that time. This probably is not something many churches include in their counseling duties. I'm sure many guys don't let them know about it for fear of being criticized. But he did marry her. They've been married over 22 years now, and we are considered friends of ours. And where both of us worked at one time, several Filipinas were hired. Since my wife had been there, a couple of them became friends with my wife, and we've gotten together with those 2 couples for food and karaoke. Imagine, right there at our workplace. And if we wanted to go to a movie or something with them or any other kind of get-together, we could do this as a group. And even in my apartment where we lived at the time that she came over on her spousal visa, we didn't even know it, but there was a fil-am couple who lived right on top of us. Now, I had never seen her before for whatever reason, but I saw her husband, and they ended up moving to Alaska. I remember telling me she loves the cold weather. She never really had a problem with it, but there is another one that got away that I wish we could have held on to. And again, these group dating with other couples, they don't have to be fil-am couples, but that's just the way it's been. So think about, if you know that many fil-am couples, group dating. This has been good for those of us who have found love beyond the sea.